Good morning. Welcome to Happy and Free Yoga. Joining me today again is Dr. Holly K. Squared. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me here.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. It's so beautiful out here today.
Isn't it? The weather is just perfect, and it's a great day for a practice in June.
Yes.
So since we met last, has there been anything that has changed in your routines that has worked well for you, or that you continue to maybe face a struggle with, or anything in particular?
I continue to struggle. I get sort of caught up at work, and home is sort of impossible when you have two dogs who want to join in everything you're doing.
Yeah.
So
That's the reality, isn't it?
But we sure had fun this week with our yoga on the go, didn't we?
Yes, exactly. So taking yoga right into the workplace, even in just striking a pose.
Yes.
But it's lovely to come together for a practice again. So let's begin.
Okay.
All right, finding a comfortable seated posture. Bring your attention more inward and finding your breath in your body. Begin to lengthen the inhales and then letting those exhales out of the body slowly. Feel the landing, the weight of the body, arriving in this present moment. Inhale, feeling the fullness. And exhale, release. With the next inhale, hold at the top. So inhale, 3, 2, 1, and release. The end of the exhale, inhale to fullness. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Inhale to fullness, this time for 7. Inhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. And one more time, inhaling to fullness. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Returning to the native breath and just feeling the breath over the heart. Taking a moment to reflect on what you'd like to deepen in your practice. Maybe bringing some joy into June. Being more present. Whatever we focus on expands. So choosing something you're ready to expand in your practice. Then begin to swim the shoulders one after the other, rolling it back. Just warming up the shoulders. And then coming to a pause and taking the right hand to the inside of the left shoulder. Push that away as you drift the ear on the right towards the shoulder and nod the head just a bit. Releasing and swimming the shoulders again. Just let them loosen up. And then as you come to a pause, taking the left hand into the right shoulder, press it away just a little bit, lengthening out that muscle, the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Pushing it away. Lean that left ear towards the left shoulder and a gentle nod. And then swim the shoulders again. Now we're going to take some sunflower moves. So reaching out for the corners of the room, but we have a big sky. So reaching out a big Y. Inhale here. And exhale, draw those elbows into the waist. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, bring the elbows in. Inhale, big sunshine fingers. And exhale it in. This time, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, twisting off to the left. Hand on the outside of the hip and the knee. Inhale, sweep those arms to center. And exhale off to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to the left. Inhale the back arm up. And exhale, dipping forward, getting a nice stretch on the back. And inhale, sweep hands to the sky. Exhale, twist. Reach the back arm up. And exhale, dipping forward. And then coming back to a seated posture and work your way over onto your hands and knees. We'll begin with a little cat-cow here. Tucking the toes, gazing forward, letting the belly drop just a bit and the tailbone up, Biddilasana. Exhale, untuck the toes and let that angry cat back push to the sky. Inhale forward, exhale back. Now following your breath, and if you'd like to take it faster, feel free to do that. That can be a great spinal warm-up. In fact, sometimes I'll stop moving the feet and I'll just work on the spine. Bringing a lot of air into the chest and belly. Finishing the cycle you're on and maybe taking one more. And then let's come into tabletop. And we'll start by pressing our right heel back so we lengthen out through the spine, through that right heel, and the crown reaches forward. Then adding that left thumb to the sky. Take an inhale here as you lift a little through the thumb and the heel. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lift. And now on the exhale, sweep away from the center, slipping that airplane out. Inhale, forward and long. Exhale, slip away from center. Inhale, long. And one more time away. Bring the left hand down to the mat and the ball of the foot to the mat. And take a little calf stretch here, really pushing that heel back and lengthening out through that hamstring. And then let the right knee rest back on the mat. Cleansing breath. Pushing out the left heel. Let it go long. Right thumb to the sky. Inhale, a little lift. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, sweep away from center. Exhale, long. Inhale, slip away to that airplane. Exhale, long. Inhale away. Keep the core engaged. Exhale, long. Bring the hand back to the mat and the ball of the foot down to the earth. Press that left heel towards the earth. A good stretch there. And release the knee to the mat. Bring the heels together and tuck the toes. Walk the hands back towards the knees and come up into a squat. Feel the heels drop just a bit. Then bring the knees back down to the mat. Really tuck those heels together. Press into the feet, and if your toes are tucking under, you can untuck them a little. And then as you walk your hands forward, untuck the toes, let the tops of the feet come to the mat, and sit back on those for a minute. And you might even lift up through the front of the knees if that's okay for your front of your feet. Walking back and tucking the toes again, keep the heels together. One more time, sitting on your haunches a bit, getting a little bit of a soul stretch. And then rocking up into your squat. Feel the spine get nice and tall. Plant the hands on the earth and let the hips rise. And just begin to pedal out the legs just a little bit, right and left. Feeling the hamstrings lengthen. Heel toe the feet apart wide enough to be right underneath the hips. Coming into a bit of an inversion, keeping a little softness in your legs if that's helpful. Inhale, hands to the shins, press the crown of the head forward, nice and long. Draw those shoulder blades down the back. Holding in this half lift, take a nice big breath in. Exhale, scoop the navel to the spine. Inhale. Exhale and slide the hands down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, slide the hands down and soften the body forward, lengthening the hamstrings, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Release the hands and sweep the hands out behind you and come all the way to standing. Reach tall and exhale, hands to the heart. Now coming to the top of your mat, and we'll face here to the side. Bring all the weight into that left foot and then step out nice and wide. So you get a nice wide stance with the heels about one leg length apart. And then take the toes on the right and have them face towards the back of the mat and soften into your warrior two. Letting the hips lower just a little bit and feel the hands floating parallel to the earth. Feel the feet pressing away from each other. Drop the left hand down, right hand reaches for the sky. Proud or reverse warrior. 2 or 3 breaths here. And then rotating over, bringing elbow to the knee. Left hand reaches up to the sky and then over the ear. So think of that spear-like energy from that back heel through the fingertips, and you can take your gaze to the earth or to the sky, whatever works for your balance. 2 or 3 breaths here. Feel the feet still pressing away from each other. The heart rotated to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and straighten that forward leg coming to Trikonasana. So really draw that right hip back. Feel the hamstring lengthen, the inner thigh lengthen. And try and stack the shoulders. Again, the gaze can be down at the earth, out to the side, or even up to the sky. Breathing. And then floating back, warrior two. And release the arms and step the right foot home. And then we'll come to the other end of our mat and take those moves on the other side. Finding your mountain, feel the weight landing in the right foot. Lift the left foot and take a big step out. And see if you might need to heel toe just a little bit more to get a good stride. Then take your left foot, turn the toes towards the front of your mat. And in Warrior Two, we're looking for that knee to land right over the ankle in line with that second toe. So check in with your stride if it feels good. Feel the body being very upright, the spine very upright, and then reach out in your Warrior Two. Yeah, we're seeing a coyote going across the park. Amazing.
He's my spirit animal.
Oh, that's Holly's spirit animal. That's awesome. Very nice. Okay, proud warrior, reach for earth and sky. Feeling the air on the face. So beautiful. 2 or 3 breaths, really scooping the navel in with the exhale. Keep that low back safe. Engaging that part of the spine. Sweeping over, extended side angle. First, the hand goes to the sky. Open the heart to the side. And then let it drop over the ear. Feel that spear-like energy. Back heel, all the way through the fingertips. And then straightening that forward leg, drawing that left hip back. Trikonasana. Open the heart to the side. Keeping just a micro bend in the knees so it feels comfortable. 2 or 3 breaths here. And then sweeping back up, turn the toes to face the front of the mat, and we'll take a star posture. Just really reaching through both heels, the fingertips on each arm, and the crown reaching up for the sky. Rotate the thumbs back with an exhale. Inhale forward, exhale back. 2 or 3 more times. And release the hands and walk yourself back to the top of your mat. And we'll come into a flow practice now for our B series. But we're going to start with some side bends because I have found side bends to be very useful for the obliques and the core muscles. So feel yourself getting tall from your mountain through the crown and reaching those arms up, really enjoying that tallness. And we're going to start by side bending to the left. So exhale to the left, inhale up and right, inhale and left, inhale and right, inhale, left, right, left, right. Once more each side, left, right. Releasing the hands and sweeping them back and coming into your chair. Land the weight into the heels. Chair is one of our most challenging poses. Push the heels away to kind of light up the back of the legs. Find the breath. Lifting through the heart. As Janelle says, chin up, chest up. With the exhale, we'll fold, forward fold. Inhale, lift, lengthen, draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale, fold and step back for our plank. Taking a flow practice here. Dropping the knees, then the chest as you draw the elbows in and the chin. Inhale, lifting into cobra, activating those back muscles. Exhale as you soften a little, tuck the toes, and push to down dog. Taking a few minutes here to sway the hips, our first down dog of the morning. Let the hips come left and right a little. Pedal out the back of the legs. Whatever feels good in your down dog. Just pause for a moment to talk about the hand position. Make sure your hand is spread nice and wide on the mat. And try and bring the base of the thumb and the first 2 fingers down to the mat to bear weight there. Let the chest come more towards the thighs so you really lengthen out the body from fingertip to tailbone. And lastly, pedal down the heels, lengthening out the back of the legs. On the inhale, lift the left heel, reaching that up for the sky. And on the exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Runner's lunge. Just letting the hips sink just a bit. And that runner's lunge. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot in a gecko posture. Letting yourself kind of Feel the hips sinking as best as they can. You can certainly use a block if that feels better for your spine. Now we're going to rotate the back heel down so the toes and the back are facing 3 o'clock. And I like to heel toe over my front foot so there's alignment here. We're going to come up into that extended side angle. So drop the elbow onto the knee and reach that right arm up to the sky. Extended side angle. 2 or 3 breaths here. Make this your best side angle. And then sweeping up to Warrior 2. Straighten the forward knee and drop it into triangle, Trikonasana. 2 or 3 breaths here. Coming back, Warrior 2. Sometimes our shoulders get up around the ears. See if you can let them soften. Reach the arms out softly and breathing. And then reverse or proud warrior. Reach for sky and earth. Take the left hand back to meet the right. Interlace the hands and let them come down the back as we prepare for humble warrior. Broaden across the collarbones. Make those exhales drive the navel to the spine. With your next exhale, fold to the inside of the left thigh. Option for bringing the hands a little off the back or just releasing them to the mat. When you bring your hands down this time, take a block. Bring it to the inside of the left foot. Lift the back heel so you're coming back in that runner's lunge, but this time drive the left hip back, straighten through the left leg, coming for a long pyramid. Now in pyramid, we're going to focus on both lengthening the forward leg, so that left hip comes way back, then lengthen your spine and slowly fold, keeping that strong back. Fold over the knee. Pyramid pose. Inhale to runner's lunge. Lift just a little through the heart, opening the psoas on the right. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge. Now this time I'd like to come into a standing forward split. So setting your block aside, walk the back foot forward enough so you can lift up into that forward leg. Tripoding the hands out and raise that right foot up to the sky. And then drop it back down, coming up in crescent lunge. Exhale and fold. Bring the hands to the right of the left foot, and walk it over to the side of the mat, coming to a straddle fold. So heel toe the feet apart to a full stride. Letting the tailbone reach out behind you. Walk the hands forward a bit. Shimmy the body, lengthen out, feel good. Like a wide leg down dog. And then bringing the hands back underneath the gaze. We're going to walk them in a big circle. So walk your hands over to your right foot. Little tiny softness in the right knee as you walk the hands up the leg. When you're coming up here, sweep that left hand like a big sunshine or a rainbow. right on over to the left thigh, and then sweep the right arm and that big rainbow back over to the left thigh. And then fold and bring the heart towards the knee as you come down the leg, down the foot, and walk the hands back under the gaze. Heel toe together to a 3/4 stride, toes out at 45. Drop your your hips. Bring the hands to prayer. Sweep up to cactus arms. Inhale here. Exhale, hands, prayer. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, cactus. And push the hands away from each other, standing. Heel toe back out to a full stride. Bring the hands behind the sacrum. Feel the collarbone broaden just a little bit. Squeeze the glutes and open up the front of the hips. Let the left shoulder come back, gazing over the left a little. And then through center and then over the right shoulder. And then coming back to center, releasing the hands to the side of the legs and folding forward down to the mat. Hands under the gaze and walk them back to the top of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. And we'll take a flow here. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or down dog. And exhale, we'll meet in down dog. Pausing here for 3 to 5 breaths. Releasing the hips a bit. Or pedaling out the back of the legs. Then bringing the knees down to the mat, and we're going to rotate and switch to the other side of the mat so we can continue to face you as we do our practice. Returning to down dog. Raise the right heel up to the sky. Bring it forward between the hands. Runner's lunge. I want to have my block nearby because we're going to be using our block a little bit here. So taking a moment to feel your runner's lunge as the feet are pressing apart. Let the hips sink just a little bit. Bring the hands to the inside of the right foot like in a gecko. Lift and lower the hips. Lengthening out through that psoas. Lifting in the back of the left leg. And then coming now to an extended side angle. So drop the left heel, toes off to 9 o'clock, and then heel toe over so that the heel and the arch are aligned. Bring your right elbow to the right knee. So you have one lane of traffic for this posture. Open the heart to the side. Reach up to the sky, and then over the ear. Feel the feet pressing away from each other, the heart opening to the side, and breathing. These are powerful poses. See if you can soften in the face. No energy there. Sweeping up, warrior two. Straighten that forward knee. Draw that right hip way back. Float it out, Trikonasana. Stack the shoulders. Floating back, warrior two. Sometimes my back arm starts to get heavy and drift down. See if you can keep them parallel. Proud warrior. Reach for the earth. Reach for the sky. The right hand joins the left. Interlace, moving one finger over, and then draw the hands down the mat, down the back. Broaden across the collarbones. Keep that forward knee right over the ankle. Exhale and fold. Humble warrior. Bringing the hands down to the block on the inside of the right foot. Lifting the back heel. We're going to move between the pyramid and the runner's lunge. So coming first in runner's lunge, letting the hips sink a little. Feel that long line of energy from the back heel through the crown. On the exhale, pull that right hip way back. Lengthen the spine and fold the chest or the heart towards the knee. Inhale, runner's lunge. And then drawing the hip back. Exhale, pyramid. See if you can get just a little movement with each breath. Inhale, runner's lunge. Lifting through the back of the left leg. Exhale, pyramid. One more time, runner's lunge. And exhale, pyramid. Setting the block aside, and this time as you're coming forward with the bent knee, tripod the hands out and come to that standing forward split. And then letting the back foot land, press the feet away from each other, and rise to crescent lunge. Exhale and fold. And we'll walk our hands to the long edge of the mat, turning both toes to face the long edge of the mat. This time walking the hands through the legs and coming into a bit of an inversion, nodding the head yes, and then turning it a little side to side, releasing the neck. Bring the hands back underneath the gaze and slowly walk them over to the left foot. We're going to do that 360. So walking from the left foot gently up the left leg, avoid the knee, and walking up to the left thigh, and then sweep that right arm in a big rainbow up to the sky. Have it land on the right thigh. Then the left thigh, the left hand reaches up in a rainbow and comes over all the way onto the right thigh. Walk the hands down, draw the heart towards the knee, over the foot, and back underneath the gaze. Heel toe together to our 3/4 stride. The hips come low. Toes out at 45. Bring your hands to Malasana. Dropping the hips, hands in prayer. Lifting through the heart. Then press into the heels and come up to your cactus. Reach the arms long, and on the exhale, put the thumbs back. Breathing with it. 2 more. Reaching out, press through the heels, coming to standing. Heel toe the feet apart, back to a full straddle. And this time as we slide the hands down the legs, reach the spine nice and long, keeping that spine long and the back engaged as you float forward. And the hands come down to the ankles or the big toes, whatever's available to you. Again, feeling The length in the spine, tailbone rising now. Little bend in the elbows and gently draw the heart towards the earth. Feeling that inner thigh and back of the leg stretch. Inhale, lift a little with the back. Exhale, lower the heart towards the earth. Working with your breath here. And then releasing that practice, bringing the hands underneath the gaze and walking both hands back to the back of your mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Taking our final flow or skipping it. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, lift in cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Pedal out the heels just a little bit, and 3 to 5 breaths here in our final down dog. On the inhale, looking between the thumbs. And on your exhale, stepping forward or hopping forward to a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold. Lower the hips. Bring the hands behind you and sweep the heart forward in a chair. 2 or 3 breaths here. Bring the hands to the heart and splash up. Big heart to the sky and release. Empty coat sleeves and find your way slowly back to the top of your mat. We're working ourselves all over the mat today, aren't we? Okay. We'll move into our core practice now. So beginning in mountain. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, strong back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and step back for a plank. We'll hold plank, an option to bring the knees down at any time, or let's just float the right heel. So push the hands and feet away from each other and then float the right heel 2 or 3 times. And then push up to a 3-legged down dog, pushing that right foot nice and high into the sky and a couple circles with the ankle. Floating back down to plank. Floating now the left heel a few times. And push it up, 3-legged down dog. Couple circles with the ankle. And coming back to plank. Lowering down the knees, the chest, and the chin. Keeping the hands right underneath the shoulder points. We're going to take some versions of Shalabhasana, or locust pose. So on the inhale, lifting just a little through the heels and also through the heart. Draw those shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. And lift and hold. Breathing. Bring the hands underneath the forehead and release. Cleansing breath. 2 or 3 breaths to recover here. And then walking the hands out alongside the hips with the fingers facing towards the toes. Draw the elbows in. Zip the legs together. Reach through the toes and the crown of the head. On the inhale, lifting just a little through the heels and the heart and breathing. And releasing back, hands underneath the forehead, down to the mat. Cleansing breath. Bring the hands to the sacrum. Interlace the hands together and draw the hands down towards the heels so you lift a little in the heart. And breathing. And release the hands underneath the forehead and release. Cleansing breath. Bring the hands underneath the shoulder points and push the hips up and walk the knees between the arms. Bring yourself down onto your mat. So we take a little bit more practice here with a bridge first. Bring your heels behind the hips, roll the shoulders under. And find that low part of your back and really exhale it towards the mat. Just a little pelvic tilt here. And when you're ready, when your next exhale or so, roll up to your bridge. Lifting the chin just a little to keep the neck comfortable. And have some long line of energy from the shoulder points through the knees. Draw the knees a bit together and breathing. Engaging the pelvic floor with each exhale. With the next exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift the heels and bring the spine towards the heels. Bring the hands into a diamond shape and drop them right underneath the sacrum. Bring the knees up over the hips and lengthen out through the legs. Then we're going to take a horizontal scissor kick and bring them together. And slowly, breath by breath, lowering the heels towards the earth as you continue the scissor kick. Breathing. Keep pushing the low back towards the earth. If it starts to lift, then bring the legs up. And once you're at the bottom, work yourself back up to the top. And bringing the knees towards the chest and the heels right behind the hips. Maybe even brushing your fingertips on the heels. Preparing for our next bridge. We'll do each of these one more time. Exhaling the low back towards the earth and rolling the hips up towards the sky. Really occupy your bridge. Feel the body. Knees pressing forward, crown reaching back, chin up. Squeeze the glutes. Breathe. Big breaths really energize your pose. And gently lowering that spine vertebrae by vertebrae as you bring the tailbone towards the heels. Drop that diamond with your hands right underneath the sacrum. As the hips come down, float the heels back to the sky. And we'll take those horizontal scissor kicks again. Out nice and wide and back and forth as you slowly lower the heels towards the earth. Keep that low belly tight towards the earth. This is an intense core workout. Breathing. And working your way back up. Bring the knees in towards the chest and wrap your hands around the knees, rocking the low back a little left and right. Then bring your arms out into cactus with the fingers towards the sky and tabletop the shins so the knees are over the hips. Exhale, let them drop off to the right. Inhale through the center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. We're getting our obliques here a little bit. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center and left. Inhale back to the center and bring the heels down to the earth. And find your block and bring it right underneath your sacrum. We're going to take legs up the wall. Roll the shoulders under just a little bit. And then bring the knees in towards the chest. Keeping the left knee in, let the right heel go long and reach towards the earth. Breathe as you stretch through the front of that right hip. And then bringing that right knee into the chest, let the left heel go long and float towards the earth. And bringing the left knee in, take the right ankle across the left knee for eye of the needle, hands behind the left thigh, and press the right thigh away with the right elbow as you draw the left knee towards the body, keeping the toes flexed on the right. And releasing and taking that pose on the other side. The left ankle across the right knee. Hands behind the right knee. Left elbow into the left thigh. Toes on the left are flexed back. And breathing. And releasing the left heel and sliding both hands between the thighs for the big toes. And taking your happy baby here for a moment. Maybe even stretching through the backs of the legs and letting the heels go long. And then releasing the hands and the arms and letting them come alongside the body. And take Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. Option to let the heels drift apart, get a bit of an inner thigh stretch. Taking in your surroundings, noticing the light and movement around you, being present, and noticing your joy in this day. Bring the heels back together. Knees in towards the chest. Taking a breath here or two. Letting the heels now come to the earth, the soles of the feet coming together, and the knees apart. Arms in cactus. And just rock the hips a little left and right. And this floating goddess. Letting go. Unwinding from your practice. And bringing the knees back together, a little weight into the heels as you float the hips up to take the block out from underneath you. And then coming over onto your right side. Keep the knees bent a little and reach both hands out in front of you. And it may feel good to place your block underneath your head to support your neck. Let the top arm, the left arm, reach past the right, and then open the arm like a book, keeping the knees where they are, and open the arms all the way so the shoulders can lay down towards the earth. Exhale and close the book. Inhale and open it. And taking a breath here, just letting the arms remain open. And then releasing this posture and rolling over to the other side. Knees bent, kind of in a fetal posture. Both arms reaching out here to the left. The right arm reaches even maybe a little past the left, and then opening like a book. Right arm reaches for the sky and the shoulders roll open. On the exhale, closing the book. Inhale, open it wide. And see if you can let the shoulders release here. I'm going to try it without the block under the head. Once the shoulders are open, it may feel better that way. Taking 2 or 3 breaths here. Letting go. And then gently bringing the knees up and coming back to your center as we unwind the body for our final resting posture, Savasana. Let the legs go long and the arms just a little away from the side of the body. Take a big breath in and let it go. No place to go, nothing to do, and no one to be but who you are already. Being present in this moment of your life. Feeling the echo of your practice. Releasing tension wherever you find it, using the breath. Softening around the eyes where we hold so much tension. Softening in the cheeks and the face, the jaw. Letting the shoulders drift away from the ears. Letting the attention rest over the heart. That ever repeating rhythm of the breath. Noticing the ebbing and the flowing of your breath. Breath by breath. Moment by moment. deepening your breath. And connect a bit with the space around you. Remembering your intention to deepen your practice, being present in this moment. Finding a little movement in the body, or continuing to enjoy stillness, whatever is right for you. And when you're ready, bringing your knees in towards the chest, bringing a little comfort to the low back. And in your time and in your way, coming to a seated posture to close our practice time together. Bringing the hands to prayer and taking a moment of gratitude for bringing yourself here to the mat for another practice. May you know peace. May you know joy. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, Holly.
So nice doing the warrior working out.
I know, having the big sky is a joy, isn't it?
The trees,
Yeah,
looking up at the trees.
yeah.
And I could see in the distance the lady in the sari.
Oh,
Lady, she's getting her
yes.
photos taken. You never did that.
I
How many
know.
pictures of you
So beautiful.
living with your husband, with your big pregnant belly?
It's great, isn't it?
I think it's great that people are really embracing the whole
Being pregnant, yes.
back
Yes.
in the day, I think we kind of had to be hidden.
I know.
Like even at work, there was like no marching around with your belly out.
Exactly. So nice to practice with you. I'm going to say goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.